another stream. This time it is kind of Tuesday night. It's a bit early on Tuesday night, but I guess necessarily it is still Tuesday night, which means during fight week, it's fight week for UFC Seattle now, and yeah, what more can I really say there? Yeah, we're gonna talk UFC Seattle, because I can be. So if I can be live this early, I will be live this early. So no reason not to be. If you have the opportunity, you never pass up on it. So I want to go live this early when I have the rare chance to. So, but yeah. I'm gonna talk UFC Seattle, I'm gonna talk the rankings update, gonna talk fight news, and talk the full Rousey and Toronto card, and whatever else is going on. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun Tuesday afternoon for a lot of people, I guess night for others. And yeah, it's a rare time I get to go live a bit early. If y'all enjoy it, doubt y'all mind. Instead of me going live at fucking 11:30. And yeah, let's talk about some fights. We got a lot of things to talk about in the MMA world. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, shall we? Jesus, that's a bit bright, but you know, you gotta make sure you're awake. Don't be falling asleep during my streams. I know it's probably pretty easy. But yeah, it was a quick screen share. It usually takes like 10 minutes to fucking get ready. But yeah, when you see the tabs open, let's fucking talk about some shit. Obviously, again, we will talk about UFC Seattle, but that'll be the last thing we talk about. What's up to you, Russ? Good to see you, brother. We'll break down and talk about UFC Seattle, but that'll be a little bit again at the end of the stream, because it's gonna be the longest thing, and be obviously that's what we're all here for. So no shit. But before that, we're gonna knock out talking about the rankings update. I've not even seen them yet, so you're gonna get a live reaction to that. The fight news we've had over the last week, not a lot. Usually we get a little bit more, but some interesting shit for sure. The full Rousey and Chrono card we'll look at, and we'll update what's going on in our NBA Fantasy League. So a lot of shit to talk about on this beautiful Tuesday night. This is one of my favorite streams of the week, just because there's a bunch to talk about, and it's fun. So I don't want to do 4, so which one's my least favorite? Good probably Sunday, but I love all of them. I love hanging with y'all, so let's talk some shit. We'll begin, like we always do, with the rankings update for this week after UFC London. Nothing, apparently. I'm shocked LeBron didn't move down at all, and outside of that, really nothing else you could do here, so you could put Evil Evan a pound for pound, but they don't. So we got MVP jumping Euros Medic. Sure, I guess. COD now ranked to number 12. Rome Dolidze down to 15. Bruno Ferreira out of the top 15. And RoboCop at 11. Yeah, makes sense. Dolidze was number 11. COD beats him, and now he's number 12. Dolidze stays ranked, and I predicted that. I said they're not going to unrank Dolidze, so he stays there, knocking Bruno Ferreira out. On the top 15, useless female pound for pound swaps that they do every week, I guess, because they're bored, and that's it. Yeah, I'm really not. I get there's not a lot of ranked fighters on the card, but yeah, that's nothing. What, 3 things? Some female pound for pound movement, 1 welterweight flip, and a little bit at middleweight. I guess there weren't a lot of ranked fighters. I think the main event, MVP and Dolidze were the only ranked fighters on the card. But really, that's it. I'm trying to think, like, who else could you really... Like, again, you could have done them with Lerone or Evoyev in the top 15. Um, shit, yeah, maybe you're onto something, UFC. Question. DRS, which never counts. Did not a great last three letters of that account, of that app. Subscribe on all your accounts, everybody, please. But I'm trying to think, is there, and I can't think of anything else they really could have done with rankings, because there's no ranked fighters on the goddamn card. They should have put Nathaniel Wood in the top 15, but they fucking hate him for no reason. So, whatever. So, there you go, rankings update. Ooh, one minor thing, COD not ranked, and shit that they did because they were bored. Great. So make this make sense, and yeah, not much to say there. Shitty ranking update. These are the worst one of the year so far, and yeah, not really much else to say there. Then we move over to fight news. What fight news have we had over the last week? Well, not a lot. I believe the last one when we left off last week, we left off here. So that leaves us with 5, 6, 7, 8 fights to talk about. Let's do just that, shall we? Beginning with Speak of the Devil, Bruno Ferreira versus Ikram Askarov, the first fight booked for UFC Baku. Fine fight. Should be a win for Ikram. I definitely think he's the better fighter there. And, I guess he kind of got screwed here because he ain't going to be getting a top 15 ranking now if he wins that fight. But, yeah, unlucky for him, but decent first fight for UFC Baku. And you're going to notice a theme with the UFC Baku fights, at least these early ones. I did make a card concept for that card if you, in a short, go find that. And, yeah, so not really much else to say there. And then also on that card, another middleweight fight, Michelle Pereira versus Shara Bullet Magomedov. Shara Bullet can crushing again. Yeah, Michelle Pereira's fucking terrible. I think they gave Shara someone worse than he is, so yeah, sure, whatever. Fight to that card. Somehow that'll be the goddamn co-main, so what does that tell you? Then we have maybe the dumbest fight of the week. I think everyone already talked about this stupid shit, but I'll throw my opinion on it. Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian added to the Blau Bonfim card. Well, it's everything. This should be the main event over Blau and Bonfim. Saying, well, why the fuck is this fight happening? This is fucking stupid. Where the fuck is Drakus? Like, that man has went into complete hiding and ducking of everyone. So now Allen has to fight Shabazian, which of course is an easy win for BA, but it's like, why? Why the fuck is he wasting time with this when he just beat Renier? So, fucking stupid. Like, Allen's an idiot for taking this fight, even with it being a layup. UFC stupid for even offering this fight. They won't give up on Edmund Shabazian, even though he's fucking terrible. Where is Drakus? Fucking stupid, man. What a fucking stupid fight is all I can say. An easy one for BA, but just a waste of time for him, so... Yeah, he's fighting every Eric Nixick middleweight. He fought Strickland, Curtis, and now Shabazian. It's fucking stupid. And then we end our middleweight streak heading back to Baku with Nursultan Ruziboyev versus Andrei Puyayev. Actually a decent fight. Nursultan is not good, but he has a very inflated record. And Andrei Puyayev coming off that really good performance against Adila Gautier. I could see an upset there. That should be a good one. And yeah, I guess the Baku card's only going to be middleweights because I've never seen a card get announced, and the first 3 fights are all in one weight class, especially the weight class is shitty ass in middleweight, so What did that tell you? Then we have to end off this row for UFC 3, the 328, I believe. We have Nazim Sadikov is out, and now it's Marco Medeiros versus Chris Padilla. Padilla stepping in from Nazim Sadikov, who I imagine is pulling out this fight to be on the Baku card, so fair, same thing Dusko Todorovic did. I think Padilla should win this fight. I'm not high on Medeiros. I think he's kind of underwhelming. I think his wins have been pretty whatever, and I think Padilla's better, so should be an interesting one though. And yeah, and of course sucks to lose Nazim Sadikov off the card, but that should be an intriguing one for 328, I believe, in Miami. So not bad. And then we hit our last three, and really last two, because one of them we're going to talk about in a little bit. And the only female fight here. Hold your cheers, you fucking idiots. We have Kalita Alinga versus Julia Palastri. My girl, Palastri. Yeah, this I know about this fight for like a month. I don't know why it took so long for this to get confirmed. But yeah, end of April, Palastri and Alinga. Fighters on coming off finishes and wins in that division. At strawweight, could get a ranking for the winner. Of course, Palastri is going to win. And yeah, not really much to say there. Good fight. Then obviously we had Saturday, and we had our last two fights. Obviously, this one, I don't really talk about much because we're going to talk about it in a little bit. Fucking Carlston Harris is out, Nico Price is in. We'll talk about that later. That's still not the best replacement you could have got. And then earlier today, a gigantic fight confirmed for UFC. I don't remember what Apex card this is main eventing, but why this in the Apex, I don't know. We have the main event, a banger, Manel Kopp versus Kyoji Horiguchi. What a goddamn fight that is. Amazing. Winner obviously is going to get a title shot. Manel's on a nice streak right now. Kyoji is phenomenal and could easily be the best flyweight right now. Banger. Cannot wait. Why is this in the Apex? Why is this not in a crowd? I don't fucking get it. But I can't wait for it. That's an amazing fight. And yeah, I believe this is a rematch when they fought in Racing. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know who won the first time, but we're going to see who wins when it matters. So, great fight, and yeah, obviously the biggest fight here, so great main event. Should not be in the Apex, and not very much else to say there. And that's that. Not really anything else to add. Again, only 8 fights since we last talked last week, which again, it kind of small. Usually we've been getting like 10, 20 fights in a week, but now we only get 8. So, and let's be honest, this is okay. Stupid. Well, actually, just bad. Stupid. Fine. Good. We'll talk about and amazing. So, I know, knowing my luck, who knows what's going to be announced after or during this stream, but as of right now, from when I'm live, these are the most recent fights booked, and yeah, so nothing too crazy outside the Kopp fight's really good, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. So obviously tomorrow I'll have a short of the next 10 fights booked. I don't remember where we left off at all. I believe, was it Malcolm and GM3 or some shit along those lines, and yeah, I might even be doing 2 this week, depending on how much news I'm behind on in those. Not like I would watch those anyway, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, some good shit going on. We can't really say if we really need anything booked right now, because I'm trying to think, like, we got all the pay-per-views, we got all the upcoming fight nights. Really, you see, we're now just kind of got to fill out some cards, and yeah, up until the White House, like, obviously we're going to need International Fight Week announced probably within the next month, but outside of that, yeah, everything is booked right now. UFC is doing good in terms of booking shit. UFC is in a terrible spot overall, 8 fights into the year, and yeah, well, really much more I can think to say there, so pretty simple, and not really much else to say there. Speaking of fights getting announced, and where's who always says, I think Freezy or whoever always is, will talk about Gina Carano. Well, I will talk about the Carano Rousey card because they finally announced a full card, so why not talk about it? Obviously, we already knew the big three fights. What else got announced for this card? Take a look. It's going to be an 11 fight card. Apparently, I'll say add more to it. And let's take a look, shall we? First fight of the night. Well, actually, second fight. They haven't found Chris Eileen Pereira, no, Jade Masan Wong. Cool, I guess. Probably just the can crushing for Eileen Pereira. So, Jade Wong just does it BKFC, so she can get her ass beat, and cool, fine. And we have David Magorian versus Albert Morales. No idea who that is. Do know who David Magorian is. He should have been signed on Contender Series. Happy he's getting a big spotlight. Namo Frazil versus Jake Babian. Next, Mamukaya versus Adriano Morales. Are they gonna do Makayev and DJ? No, you fucking idiots. DJ wouldn't waste 5 minutes with this fucking dork. So is the guy that he beat in one will. Fine, I guess. I don't care. Makayev's a joke, and the Morales dude is just living off one fluke win, so sweet. Oh boy, Junior Dos Santos versus Robelis Despange. How is that sanctioned? How is that gonna be sanctioned? Dude, JDS is gonna fucking die. Jesus Christ. That might go worse than the Sam Alvey fight, for fuck's sake. I'm not even gonna try this name versus Kenneth Cross. Who? Next. Lorenzo Larkin versus Jason Jackson. Don't care. And obviously the big three, Nathan Perry, Ngannou, and Rousey Carano. Is what it is. It's good. The tops are solid. It's not much worse than most UFC cards at this fucking point. It's fine. It's heavily carried by these three. Aside of that, these are whatever garbage. Who the fuck are you guys? Good for him, and this is fine. It's fine. I have no issue with the card. Depending on what's going on that day, if you saying on that day at the same time, I'll watch this. At least I'll watch the big three. I'm not gonna waste time watching all of this garbage, but I'll check out the fucking big three fights. So it's fine. I've seen worse. It's better than any card PFL I've ever done, and yeah, good for Jake Paul and MVP. The first time I'll ever say that they actually did not do terrible here, and yeah, not really our extreme equal midweek depression cure. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. And then you see I'm talking about Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, and you're depressed again, though. But yeah, don't worry, you didn't miss anything good. I was talking about the lackluster rankings and update and the fight news we've got over the week. So went over this card real quick. Yeah, again, it's fine. Like, outside of these three fights, nothing here is really worth caring about. Again, maybe if you want to care about these two for whatever reason, but rest, it's fine. Yeah, one more can I really say? Again, good on MVP promotions, man. They're perfectly fine. And again, I don't know what the UFC is doing on May 16th, but if they don't got anything on, I will watch a bit of this card. So, not gonna do a prediction. I thought if the card was really good, I'd do a prediction video for it. It's not. It's not fucking worth it. But yeah, I'll watch it probably. So see what happens. So again, you're already better than PFL. I know that's a fucking low bar, and good on them. So not really too much else to say there. So yeah, nice. And then the last thing to talk about before we get into some UFC Seattle breaking of Downing. A quick look at our NBA Fantasy League. Last 2 weeks of it were officially, excuse me, in the finals. It's me versus Tone, and yeah, we're gonna play for 2 weeks. See who takes the championship. So the bot teams are playing for third, and then you got Matua and Vass playing for fifth, I believe. So there you go. We'll see if I can bring a championship home in my own league, or does Tone get the win? So Vass did not get another championship like he did in the NFL league, and yeah. So a quick update there for anyone who doesn't give a fuck. So man, any fantasy football back is so much better. And now we get to the main event of the stream, the star of the show. My voice cracking. UFC Seattle. We're gonna talk about it and break it down. Not look at betting odds. And I'm not gonna say like the Tuesday vibe. Not gonna give out my finished predictions. I'm not going to look at the betting odds. I'll be Friday. But I will give you who I think is winning the fight, break it down, talk about it, and go from there. So 13 fights from Seattle, Washington. Second year in a row going to Seattle. Last year we had Song and Cejudo in a good card, but a stupid ending to the main event. Let's see if this card's any better. On paper, it might be. In execution, let's see. So let's break down some fights in Seattle this week. As they're both champions, they're home of the reigning champs. And yeah, let's talk about some fights. Talking about everything outside of this card, so now let's talk about this card, beginning with Alexia Fianara versus Bruna Brazil. A fight that, again, I still say is lucky to even happen, since 3 fights on this card had to get cancelled for us to get to where we are now. So these two are not even booked for the card at first. Now they are fighting Saturday, so make that make sense. Yeah, obviously I'm going Fianara here. I don't know who isn't. Bruna Brazil's fucking terrible. She's coming off a loss to Kellen Souza, where she looked fucking horrendous. And again, she's only in a fight like this because it's short notice. Fianara is in the top 15, I believe, 14th ranked or whatever. She's pretty good. She's a good prospect. What I believe 2-0 in the UFC. Wins against Molly McCann and Luke Boumet. One very good win there. One Molly McCann win. And she is a decent prospect in the division. That kind of needs to not really seen her get too tested yet. And we're not going to see her here getting the easiest opponent of her career so far in the UFC. And yeah, should be an easy win for Fianara. We know she has good grappling. Her striking still probably has a lot to be desired because we haven't seen much of it, but we haven't needed to. And yeah, she should win this fight. Again, Bruna Brazil is just fucking terrible. She has single-handedly proved that the fighting nerds can have talentless fighters. And for some reason, it's their women's division with her and Karine Silva. So they should stick to having male fighters, or give them all cigarettes. Maybe that's the fucking cure. But yeah, Fianara, easy win here. Could easily be the lock of the night. She isn't, at least for me, but she easily could be. And yeah, should be an easy win for Fianara here in the Brazilian battle of a fight that's a miracle to even be happening. Again, this fight started as Nicole Calari versus Carol Froyo, and now it's Alexia Fianara versus Bruna Brazil. Don't ask how any of that makes a lick of fucking sense, because I can't answer it, but we gotta fight in the end. Give me Fianara to begin the night. Then we have a banger in our second fight of the night that should be on the main card. I cannot explain to you why it isn't. Since one of these guys is from Seattle, and this is a great fight. As we have in our second fight of the night in the bantamweight division, a fight that again should be on the main card, but UFC makes their fight orders by picking fights out of a goddamn hat and ordering them that way. As we have in our second fight of the night, Ricky Simone versus Adrian Yanez. No, I'm not gonna say it. How does they want you to say it? Yanez or some shit. That's fucking stupid. Good fight. Very good fight. Simone, I believe, one of only 2 hometown fighters. 3 with Rosa and Chiesa from Washington. And yeah, we all remember Ricky's trip to Seattle last year when he knocked Javid Basharat out in one of his only finishes of his career. And yeah, took an L since then against Jaime Barcelos, but that was a close fight. Now he's back against Adrian Yanez. Yanez, who we've not seen since the end of 2024 on the Covington Buckley card, now back after a long time away. Remember when he was like one of the most hyped dudes in the division at one point? Good times. Now he's completely forgotten. Coming back this week. The dude was good at one point. He had bombs in his hand and he was a good prospect, but Rob Font took his soul. I believe he lost to Johnson Martinez after that. Did beat up a tomato can, then lost a close fight to terrible Daniel Marcos. So it's been a while. And now he's taken a year and a half away. I think he's in his mid-30s, or early 30s, either way. Yeah, he's had better days, that's for sure. So he was meant to fight a couple months ago, but got pulled, and he would not take the short notice opponent, which, you know, is always a good thing to do. And yeah, now he's heading into enemy territory to fight Quickie Ricky. And I think it's going to be another hometown W for Ricky Simone here. I think he's just better. If this fight happened 4 years ago, A, it would be even better, and B, you'd really be having an interesting debate here. It could easily be fuck the co-main at that point. But instead, you're having this in 2026 when Yanez has lost any bit of hype he ever had. And Ricky Simone, we all know at this point, is easily a top 15 level guy who's just not in the top 15. So it's a really good fight. But I'm going Ricky Simone. Not like soundly or super confident or whatever, but he should win this fight. I think he's the better fighter at this point in time. And yeah, give me another Simone W at home. There's a strong debate that he should have got the nod in the Jaime Barcelos fight, and now he's fighting a guy who's worse than Ione, and a guy who's not fought in a while, whose only win in the last couple years has been fucking Salvador. Yeah, give me Ricky Simone to get the win here. I don't see Yanez being able to clip him, and I don't see Yanez winning a decision here, so give me Ricky Simone to get the win here. And yeah, not really much else to say there. Hometown win, first of maybe 3 for the Washington natives. And yeah, I'll always gonna remember Prime Yanez. That was a long time ago. And then we have some can crushing on this card. Not the only bit of it on the card, but definitely the first bit of that. You know, Bruno Brazil is a can as well. But at least that was not planned. This was planned. As we have in our third fight of the night at light heavyweight, Navajo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez. I wonder who's gonna win. Yeah, obviously Navajo Sterling's gonna win this fight. Bruno Lopez is garbage. Obviously, again, like I said on Sundays, he had to get one of his boys on the card. They picked Navajo. Hooker just fought. Brad Riddell's gone. Kai Kara's gone. So, yeah, Navajo Sterling. Giving him another layup instead of having him fight up. And at this point, you could give him a top 15 guy. Jesus Christ, he's 3-0. But instead, he's fighting a guy who's coming off a knockout loss to Jacoby, which is a good opponent, but he lost. So, 1-1 in the UFC. Yeah, Lopez is fucking terrible. He's just cannon fodder to good fighters at light heavyweight. Sterling should win this one easily. So again, Navajo Sterling is obviously just a watered down Carl Solberg. So now light heavyweight, we'll see how good he is doing. He might be champion in a few weeks, but for Navajo, he's decent. He will go. He'll at least be a top 15 guy at light heavyweight, if not a little bit more than that. But it's kind of hard to do that when he never fights anyone any bit good. He's fought Tuco Tacos. Who were the other opponents? I'm fucking blanking on who Sterling even fought. I know he fought Tuco Tacos. God, who were his other opponents? Ivan Ursulin and who the fuck else did he fight? I can't remember. I truly am blanking on. Did he fight Bernson Navarro? Everyone has. So, but just proves my point. He fought fucking nobody. So, should be not sure it's going to be a Navajo Sterling win here. And, yeah, another guy who easily could be the lock of the night. And I've considered making him it, but I'm going to say he isn't it. And, yeah, he should win this one easily. Lopez is fucking terrible. No, there's only one Lopez in the UFC, and he's at a featherweight, and you are not that. So give me. And there's only one good Sterling in the UFC, and it's this one right here. Give me Navajo Sterling here. Obviously, no shit to get the win, and continue crushing some cans. So pretty simple. And then we have my girl back, my favorite female fighter who follows me on Twitter, back after a long, long time away in our fourth fight of the night in the top 15, a women's flyweight. We have the return of the king, Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez. Very decent fight here. Should be on the main card since they're both in the top 15, but you know the UFC is fucking stupid. Good. It's so fucking good to see Casey back since we've not. Well, I'm not. When did you last fight? I know it was Lana Santos. I can't remember the card. Was it? I can't even fucking remember. Was it Izzy Drakis? I think it might have been Izzy Drakis was the last time she fought. So good to see her back now. Finally, after taking last year off due to injuries and all that, which kind of been the fucking her Achilles heel in their career. Finally back now against Gabriela Fernandez, who's on a nice streak right now. Obviously, we all know she beat Kong Wang in a good finish and upset. One of the biggest ones of 2024, or was that 2025? I think 2024. She also beat Carly Judice, which has aged like fucking wine. And then she beat up Julia Stararenko after both of those for some reason. So now getting a fight up the top 15 against the King. It should be good. This should be a good one. Well, hopefully Casey ain't too rusty after as much time away. Her striking is decent. In some fights it's looked really good, in others not so much. Her grappling is where it's at. She a lot like Jasmine Jasdovicius on the ground, which find out they fucking hate each other, but they are very similar on the ground. If they are not gonna lay on you, they're gonna try and brutalize you. And Casey does definitely try and either beat you up or smite you. So we'll see how she does there after the time away. And we've seen Gabby get beat like that by who I just talked about, Jasmine Jasdovicius. So we'll see if her grappling has gotten better. So we know, I think Gabby is definitely the better striker here. So we're going to need to see if Casey can get her down or not. Maybe Casey has got better on the feet over the year way. But I think the pass least resistance would be the grappling here. So that would make the most sense for Casey's game plan to be, and see if you can do that. So should be an interesting one, but of course I'm biased and I am going Casey O'Neill. No duh. I do think she'll probably win this fight as well, legitimately, because I think she will use the same game plan as Jasmine did against Fernandez. That's just throw her on the ground every round, and it should be a W for the returning king, Casey, and hopefully she can start stringing some fights together in quick succession, and we get maybe 2 or 3 fights out of her this year. I would enjoy that, please. And give it the king. Gabby could win. I don't think it's a lock. Gabby could win if she could keep it standing. We have seen Casey struggle on defeat in the past, but I'm going to say that doesn't happen. I'm going to say get takedowns and win. Give me Casey O'Neill to get the win here. Very biased, but also I do think she'll win. So it's biased, but also who I think will win. So however that works, I don't know. Then we move up to heavyweight for a pretty basic fight to talk about in our fifth fight of the night at heavyweight, thanks to Walter Walker pulling out. Now we have Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortnite. I'm gonna go Tyrell Fortnite because it's funny. Yeah, obviously Tybura's gonna win this fight because who the fuck is this random jabroni? Like, come on now. So, like, Tybura is really old and washed and shitty at this point, but who the fuck is this guy? Like, Pillaging Bellator. I don't care. That means nothing. I looked at the dude's record. It's like the most notable name on his record is Matt Mitrione. I think he fought him like 20 something. So, oh boy, you fought an ancient Matt Mitrione. I don't even remember if he won or lost. So, give me Tybura here. He's old, but he's not losing to tomato cans. But he lost to Delisha. At least people knew who the fuck Delisha was. He was at least a name. Who the fuck is Tyrell Fortnite? Get the fuck out of here. You're Tybura pretty easily. Don't get your chin cracked, Grandpa, and you'll win. Simple. Next. Then we have to co-main event of the prelims where we begin a lightweight triple header to end the prelims and begin the main card. All very good fights. Now that we're having our co-main event of the prelims at lightweight, we have Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr. Well, we've seen this story a couple times of Chase Hooper's UFC career. When he takes a loss, he gets right back in there against a layup, and that's what's happening here. Lance Gibson is terrible, even though he did better against Bobby Green than Daniel Huber, and still very debatable that he should have got the win there. He didn't, and he didn't look that great, and he fucking lost. So, what does that tell you? Chase, we already know what we're getting from Chase here. Like I said on Sunday, and I do kind of still believe it, we've completely seen Chase's ceiling hit a few times at this point. He's not a terrible fighter, but every time he gets a little bit of hype, he loses. When he first lost Alex Caceres, when he lost to fucking Steve Garcia, when he just lost Alexander Hernandez, he builds a bit of hype, gets a couple wins, loses, and then everything's the same as is. Like, the dude has talent, but he's never going to be more than a top, at most, 40 guy at lightweight. His striking has never improved and never will. His chin is too weak. His grappling's phenomenal, but to a point. And he just has a ceiling that we've seen hit at this point. He can beat 60% of the lightweight division, but then that other half is going to beat him. Or even guys he shouldn't beat, like Alexander Hernandez. So, the guy he should have easily beaten. So, good thing here he's fighting Guy Gibson, who is ass. And, yeah, Chase should win this fight pretty easily. So, I don't know what more to really say there. Chase's he's beaten guys of this level many times. That's most of his UFC wins are tomato cans who are not very good. So Chase should get the win here just fine. So give me Chase Hooper to get a win, maybe even 2 or 3 in a row, get a little bit of hype, and then lose again, because that's kind of been his UFC road. So give me Chase Hooper here pretty easily. unless Lance can clip him on the chin early and knock him out, which I guess is possible, but not probable. Give me Chase Hooper to get an easy win here, because he's just better than Lance Gibson Jr. Come on now. Speaking of guys who have never lived up to their potential and always fall short at the last hurdle, our featured prelim in the lightweight division, thanks to short nose pullout, this fight actually got better, as we have in our featured prelim, Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tofik Musayev. Man, the last 3 fights of the prelims debut, 0-1, 0-1. Great. Always good to see Ignacio Bahamondes, even on short notice, stepping in for Samuel Snatchin, Sanchez, whatever. Now Ignacio's in to get an easy win, and yeah, he should do just that. Musayev 0-1 in the UFC, got bitched out by Miktebek Orolbai in his debut. Back in Baku, now fighting a guy who is, again, another great fighter like Orolbai, who is going to beat him pretty easily because Tofik sucks. Kind of the same thing I said with Chase is kind of what I believe with Ignacio to an extent. Ignacio will build some hype and then fall short. He always fucking does that. It's so annoying. Because Ignacio's a dude who I could easily see being a top 10 guy at lightweight, but he always falls short. That Fiziev lost. Didn't need to lose that fight. He did. Ludovic Klein lost. It's like he keeps taking these losses. When he does get that big fight that was the win, he would be in a great spot. But he took the L, and now he's coming off an L where he looked terrible, and now he bounces back against a can. He'll get some hype, and then he'll fall short again. Like, let's not forget that he wiped the floor from Manuel Torres in the Sphere. That was 2 years ago, almost. Like, I think that was his last win, if I'm correct. Like, dude is so good. I think, he could easily be a top 10 guy at lightweight. He's levels better than Mauricio Rufy. We can just be honest. He's better than Rufy. He's better than he's better than Patty. At his best, he's a top 10 guy in this division easily. He's just not his best. And that has kind of been the fucking whatever you want to call it, his Achilles heel, the fucking thorn in his paw. The dude just keeps falling short of being a top guy, and he's kind of spinning his tires at this point, going in the fucking hamster wheel, doing the same shit every time. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. Doing the same thing over and over. You seem to be fucking insanity at this point, and I kind of is watching him fight a dude with all the potential in the world to be 6-3 in the UFC, not in the top 15, and not wasting time with a can like Tofik Musayev. It's just sad. So obviously an easy one for Ignacio Bahamondes. He's not gonna lose. He loses fights, but it's always to guys that maybe not. He shouldn't. He should beat, but he could beat. And he's gonna get an easy one here, but then what? He's gonna get a big fight and lose again. So it's so fucking frustrating. But that's the Ignacio Bahamondes story for you in a nutshell. So obviously, give me Bahamondes here. One of the easiest picks of the card. Dude has all the potential in the world, just doesn't fucking live up to it. And for Musayev, he's fucking terrible. So he'll lose here, get cut, and that'll be that experiment gone. So not really too much else to say there. So pretty basic, and should be in a layup for Nacho Bahamondes. To end the prelims, and there you go. Pretty good prelims, even if one or even two of these fights should not even be on the fucking prelims. It's a good prelims. The only bad fight, I'm not a giant fan of the Sterling fight, but whatever. Tybura is kind of lame. The rest, pretty good. I'm intrigued, and we're gonna see what happens. Very fun prelims. Talk about the main card, shall we? Which definitely could be, why are these up here? I still don't understand that, but I'm not gonna rant about that. I'm definitely gonna rant about that, but, whatever. As we begin the main card for a final lightweight fight on it, another easy one to predict. We have Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson opening up the main card. Man, this is going to be an easy Terrence McKinney win because he's fighting a tomato can. I said it on Twitter yesterday, and I believe that Terrence McKinney at least has a standard when it comes to losing. He's usually not going to lose to a tomato can. If you look at his losses, Nazim Sadikov, Esteban Ribovic, Drew Dober, etc., usually losing Chris Duncan, who's about to win next week. But he at least loses to good fighters. Kyle Nelson's a joke. This dude's a fucking can in every sense of the word. And it's going to be an easy one for McKinney. Again, McKinney has a standard when it comes to losing. Nelson does not fit that. So, if McKinney's terrible after the first minute of the fight, Nelson's terrible for 15 minutes of the fight. Easy win for Terrence McKinney. What more there to really say there? And, simple. Kyle Nelson is garbage. Terrence McKinney is not the greatest, but he's not losing to a can. So, simple. Not really much more I can add there. But Kyle Nelson did this and that. He could. No. No. Sorry. Sorry to disappoint. No. Easy one for T-Rex to open the main card. And then we have the most head-scratching and stupid fight of the card, or the main card. Why is it so high on the card? As we have in our second fight of the main card in the middleweight division. Why is this on the fucking main card? Truly. I ask and wonder. I might call it the worst fight on the card, truly. I really think it is. We have Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusuri Belgori. Why is this on the main card? Like, these guys suck. Mansour Abdul Malik is not a fucking prospect. He's going to get fraud checked. Probably this year, but he's not going to be here. And Yusuri Belgori is just tall. The dude's fucking garbage. Give me up Mansour easily. They're still feeding him cans. And, yeah. Until we get to a legit opponent, I'm going Mansour every time. So, Yusuri's trash. Mansour easy. Next. Not much more to really say there. And then we get into some more hometown fighters back-to-back, and this actually might be a double retirement back in back-to-back fights. As we're having our third fight of the main card at featherweight, a banger that I have no idea how to predict. We have Julian Erosa versus Larian Douglas. What a banger fight. Julian Erosa is getting older, but he's still a very good fighter. Had a banger of Mokizayo Costa, but really only got to test Mokizayo in the last year or so. His one flaw has always been his chin is shot to shit, and he can't take a punch, so that's great. For Larian Douglas, he is coming off the Contender Series, but he's kind of one of those veterans off Contender Series who, instead of being like 8-0, he's actually has a veteran record and has fought for a hot minute. So, I think he's 32 or some shit. Dude has bombs in his fucking hands. And, yeah, he's not bad. He's not that bad at all. This is gonna be a good fight, and it's gonna end with someone goddamn finished here. But who's getting knocked out here? I have no idea. I want to go Julian, I even want to consider going to Larian, but I just have no idea. I could see Juicy J winning because he is very good still. He's still a good fighter. Again, that chin is a worry, but I'll tell you that he's pretty fucking solid overall. And he could win this fight. And then you got Larian, who has bombs in his hand, was not really, and I'll tell you that was not really seen much from him. Contender Series fight was pretty whatever. Fuck, I don't know. I'm feeling. Give me Larian Douglas. What I'm feeling right now. This is a tough one to pick. I really find this as a bit of a pain to predict, but I'm gonna go probably Larian Douglas. At least what I'm feeling right now. Could change that or might change my mind on that. But if I have to make a pick here, which obviously I do, I think Larian Douglas. I just feel like I just see him clipping Julian's chin and knocking him out. So fuck it. I'll go Douglas to get the win here. I think he'll find that chin and probably get the win. So fuck, this is a tough one to pick though. Super tough fight, but super good fight, and give me Larian Douglas to get the win here. So tough one to predict. Very fun fight. Someone getting finished. Give me Douglas. Sorry, Seattle. Sorry, Eurostar. No hometown W for you. And then we have our featured bout of the main card. The fight that we did not talk about earlier because we're going to talk about it here. So why waste time talking about it earlier when we're going to talk about it here? As we have in our featured bout of the main card, and speaking of retirement, the retirement of the Maverick. As we have our fourth fight of the main card, our last hometown fighter. We have Michael Chiesa versus Nico Price. Michael Chiesa's last dance, and he's getting a complete fucking layup. Yeah, like I get Carlston Harris pulled out, and you had to find anyone you could. You couldn't find anyone better than Nico fucking Price. 10 millions. Fucking, I don't know, Ponzinibbio, Kevin Holland, no one would step Volkanovski. Like, no one would fucking step in outside Nico fucking Price. Now, you couldn't pick the guy who just beat Nico Price. Stupid. Yeah, Michael Chiesa is the lock of the night here, in my opinion. He's not losing this fight. Nico is just a complete shell of himself, and I don't see him winning this fight at all. I think Chiesa is better everywhere at this point, and I think he should be able to lock Nico in something very easily and get the win. So, yeah, give me Michael Chiesa here pretty easily. Lock of the night in the retirement. Nico's going to be 0-2 in retirement fights. That's fucking insane. Yeah, give me Chiesa. What more can you really say there? I was picking him against Carlston Harris, and I felt that was a pretty confident pick as is. Now against someone even worse than Harris. Yeah, Chiesa going to win this one easily, and not really much more to say there, so easy win for Mike Chiesa. Lock of the night. Simple. Even go out on a win at home. Not very much else to say there. Then we have the co-main event of the evening. A rematch a couple years in the making from UFC, whatever the fuck Usman Burns was. We have the rematch, which was the co-main of that card now. Co-main here. A rematch in the top 5 of women's flyweight. We have Alexa Grasso versus Macy Paba. Who gets the win here? If Barber actually shows up to the fight, we know that's always a worry with her. But if she does, who gets the win here? Obviously, Alexa won the first fight a couple years ago, and I think that was her second to last fight before she got the title shot. So Alexa beat her pretty easily. Barber since then has been up and down in the UFC. More downs than ups, it would seem, always pulling out of fights and whatever. But when she's on her game, Barber is not too terrible. Again, I definitely compare her to a much better Tracy Cortez in every sense of the goddamn word. And she's on her game. She's decent. And obviously that goes for Alexa as well. When Alexa's on her game, she's great. She's one of the best boxers in the UFC. Again, former champion, but she had one giant flaw. She can't grapple to save her fucking life. Still don't know what her and Diego are doing down there. Probably better not said. Um, so if Barber comes in here with a grappling game plan instead of a fucking striking game plan like the first fight, it might go pretty bad for Lexi because Valentina laid on her pretty easily, and we've seen Alexa get beat on the ground more times than that. So this is a tough one. This is a real fucking tough one to predict. Rematches in 2026 have been 2 and 3. 2 wins for the winner of the first time, Pierre Rodriguez and Volkanovski, and 3 wins for the loser of the first fight. I'm really leaning Barber. I don't know why, but I'm kind of leaning Barber here. I think Alexa has kind of peaked at this point. Which again, peaking, winning the bout is not a bad thing, but kind of feels like she's almost peaked, unless Barber A just does not try to grapple, or B Alexa learns how to grapple since her last fight. I kind of feel like Barber might win this one. I could just see a world where she takes Alexa down, keeps her there for the fight. So, or Alexa could fucking keep it standing and win like the first fight. So it's a tough one. It's a really tough fight to predict. But I'm kind of leaning Barber. I hate to say it. I've never picked against Alexa, and I don't fucking want to, obviously. But I'm kind of leaning Barber here. I think she can get the win. I think if she's any bit fucking smart, she takes this fight down and wins. So as of right now, I think I'm gonna lean Macy. But man, this is a pick I really am not confident in at all. And see what happens. I guess I'll lean Macy right now. There's no God yet. I'm not the most confident in that pick. And see what happens. So should be intriguing. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a much more intriguing fight than their first battle. And see if we get revenge or repeat. And then the main event of the evening, a fight I truly don't care about, to be honest. I think this fight's a waste of a main event. I would much rather see this be the main event, to be honest. As we have in our main event of the evening, in the middleweight division, a fight that is meaningless in the long scope of things. We have Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Two of Dana's favorite fighters. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. Does anyone give a fuck? Because the winner of this is going to get beat by anyone good in the top 5, and the loser is done. Where do I begin with this clown show? Obviously, we all know Izzy is super washed, getting knocked out by Imavov last year. Not a good look because Imavov is ass. Why he always so sad? Who's always so sad? What's up, T. Copin? Or good to see new people in chat. Hope you are doing good. I don't know who's always sad. You can ask me. I will try to answer, but I don't know what you're talking about, truly. So enlighten me, and maybe we can figure out why whoever is sad is sad. But yeah, Izzy, again, year away since getting knocked out by Imavov, which again, not a good thing because Imavov is ass. And yeah, actually, I don't know if you're a new person in chat. T, maybe you're returning. I just don't remember. My apologies if that's the case. So, either way, welcome. So, but yeah, Izzy is very washed at this point. So needing a win badly. His last win was Jared Cannonier, for being honest, because I'm not counting that fluke against Pereira. And even if you do, he's still 3-1 against Pereira. And yeah, now Izzy is on his last legs. I think he has 2 or 3 fights left at most. Does he still have the fire? We're gonna find out. Does he clearly doesn't have the chin anymore? He doesn't look as fast. Now, does he still have the fire to fight? Because if he does, even without those abilities, he can still beat someone as crap as Joe Pyfer. Does he have those things? Who knows? As on the other side, we got Dana's favorite middleweight, Joe Pyfer, who have done nothing to deserve the hype and whatever that he has. 6-1 in the UFC. Now 1 L was to Jack Hermanson in a main event, funny enough, where he looked fucking terrible. Since then he's beaten Cans, and before then he's beaten Cans. His best win is Abus Magomedov, I believe. Because outside that he beat, who has he beat? He beat Kelvin Gastelum, he beat Marc-Andre Barriot, Alan Amadovsky. Who the fuck else has this guy beat? It's like a bunch of nobodies. So the dude has a big right hand and he can grapple a bit, but he's just not fucking good. To be honest, he's just not a good fighter. And yeah, what more can I really say here? I'd rather see this fight on the White House card than Bo Nickel, but I guess we're not that lucky. So what's gonna happen Saturday? Does Pyfer land that kill shot? Can he grapple Izzy, or does Izzy slip away, run away, and win a board decision like he always has? Fuck. I think I'm gonna go Izzy. I feel like he's the pick here. Could he get knocked out? Sure, but he should be able to fucking survive and avoid Joe Pyfer of all people. Like, I would imagine at least. And if he can, he should win. If he can survive the first 2 rounds, he should win pretty easily. Pyfer gassed against Hermanson really badly. And yeah, if he can't land that kill shot and he can't grapple, Izzy should win here, I'd imagine. So I guess give me Adesanya to win a boring decision like he always has. And I guess I just, again, I don't, like, I could see Pyfer landing a knockout, I guess. Fucking Ipalov could, anything possible. But I guess if Drakus could submit you, anything's possible. So actually, maybe Pyfer does have a chance. But I just think Joe Pyfer's a fucking joke. And I guess give me Izzy. So yeah, fucking give me the style bender, the gender bender, whatever the fuck else you want to call him. He really enjoys his dog. And I guess give me Izzy to get the win here. I hope both of them break their legs and never fight again, but I guess that's too much wishful thinking. So give me Izzy, I guess, to get the win here. And not really much more to say there. So Pyfer could land the big shot or grapple, but I doubt it. Give me Izzy, I guess. So there you go. And that's that. To go over my picks one more time, I'm going Alexia Theodora, Ricky Simone, Navajo Sterling, Casey O'Neill, Marcin Tybura, Chase Hooper, Ignacio Bahamondes. I did not mean to pick the whole left side of the prelims, but that's how it turned out. Terrence McKinney, Mentor Abdul Malik, Marion Douglas, maybe, Makiesa Vlok, Macy Baba, maybe, and Israel Adesanya. So, boom. There you go. Yeah, again, it's a good card, just the order is fucking stupid. Why is this here? Again, why do you think I do that? Fixing the order short. So, we gotta look out for that on Thursday. And, yeah, not really much more I can think to say there, so I'm looking forward to the card. I think it's a good card, even if the order is shit. I don't care for the main event too much. See what happens, man. Got a lot of good fights. Bahamondes, Hooper, O'Neill, Ricky Simone, Terrence McKinney, Julian Rosa, The co-main's a bit intriguing. There's definitely some intriguing things there, and I'm looking forward to it. And see what happens. Probably we'll talk more about this card on Friday night when we put our picks in officially. All that breakdown for it will be on Friday, and yeah, should be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. Good way to start the week talking about what we got, and see what happens. So not really too much else to say there from Seattle. And yeah, that about everything I had to say tonight. I talked about the meaningless rankings update, fight news. Again, who knows, knowing my luck, taking like 5 big fights announced since I've went live. The Ronda Toronto card. We talked a little bit about our finals league, and we've ended off by talking about this card for a grand total of how long I've been going. It's only been an hour? Really? Well, I guess. Oh, when did I? Yeah, I guess it's only been about an hour. I felt like it's been an hour and a half, but I guess I'm wrong. And, yeah, so I can keep going a little bit longer if anyone helps in here. I'm shocked to have no fucking crowd tonight. It's a lot earlier than I usually go live. I thought you all would enjoy that. One comment by that. Did I put you all on a 1 comment per account rule? So, I'll go a little bit longer though. I'll go to around 9-ish. I might not go back to 9, but we'll see. And, yeah, I'll yap with you all a bit more. You can ask about anything you want. Fights, other sports, whatever the fuck. Movies, TV, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want. Or whatever you want to talk about, I will happily talk about. And, yeah, y'all make the stream. I just try and give it. So, that sentence made no fucking sense, but, yeah, anything y'all want to talk about, let me know. Outside of that, I don't really got much else to say. I talked about all my main talking points. Nothing going on in the NFL. Boxing is boxing. I think is Tuma this week. I'll see him beat up another. I won't watch it, but I'll see the highlight of him knocking out another can. And yeah, that'll be intriguing. And yeah, outside of that, not really too much else to add there. It's weird. It's only fucking 9 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock I'm already gonna be done streaming. I usually want to be going live for another like 3 hours. So again, I hope y'all enjoy a little bit of an early stream when I can do it. And clearly not, since no one fucking came. I guess y'all actually got work and lives. I don't. Me don't got that life thing. Me got sports. And I don't know. Hopefully, maybe I'll go back and rewatch this. If I'm unbearable live, I'm much better in a rewatch because you can just zip through me yapping about fucking nothing. So, but yeah. So hopefully, me making the community post for all my videos and all that are helping a bit. I think it is, but I can't say for sure yet. Small sample size. So I hope that is actually helping y'all find my shit. If since YouTube doesn't send out notifications or anything, last time I checked, clearly. So I kind of even make do for what we got, the sources that we have, and yeah. But yeah, not really much more to say there. So, go another minute or so. I'll go to about 8:55. They're in that ballpark, and then if we're done for the night, we're done for the night. And I want to do another fucking stream outside just the 4, but I have no idea what to do. So, like, I have an idea. I guess it could work. I have ideas. I might implement them sooner than later. And I would love to like be able to talk about movies and shows and shit. If y'all would like something like that, I think it'd be fun. Because again, I don't just watch sports. I know it might seem like I do, but I think that'd be a fun idea for a stream. I have a fucking IMDb account for fuck's sake, so y'all can laugh. You laugh at me for my fight, what I think of sports. You might laugh at me even more for my filmography and showography. That's not a word. How I view that shit. So well, you never know. Maybe or tomorrow. You don't know. But yeah, I want to do a little bit. I feel like I just never feel like I'm doing enough. So I know obviously I like to believe I do a good amount, but I just never feel like I'm doing enough. And we'll see though. We'll see if y'all would like that. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. Never know. But yeah, not really much more I can think to say there. Go another minute or so, and yeah. Y'all got anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here? Let me know. So, but like I continue saying, if we're done, we're done. So, and it seems like we're done. Then I'll say we're done. If y'all got anything else you want to talk about, hope you enjoyed the early stream. If you're here live or you catch it on the replay, shout out to you. And I guess the early stream didn't go as successful as I was hoping. So, dope. Either way, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the one comment per person. Jamie, D-Rest, Steve, and I would call you T. And hope y'all enjoyed. Please, hope you enjoyed the stream. Please like, comment, subscribe by order of the Peaky fucking Blinders. And great stuff. Great stuff. I really should do that film and movie bullshit. I don't know. And yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, I don't believe I am. Hit all my main talking points. Had some early fun with you all. Be back on Friday live-wise. Have shorts out pretty much every day this week, I believe. And never know, might be a special stream Wednesday, I would imagine. This week or next week, never know. So, either way, I think that's all that needs to be said. As always, Rex out. Good vibes only. And always.